My name's James Jabor. My pen name is Tabouli. My mural is called Arctic Projections. I was really excited to do my first mural. I typically work at a much smaller scale just with ink, and I've always wanted to do a mural, so I was like super grateful to be a part of the festival and get to just try my work out there. The theme this year for Vancouver Mural Festival was climate change, so I thought that an Arctic scene would be the most direct visual correlation for people. I chose to represent 3 endangered species that are most susceptible to climate change, being the polar bear, the orca, and the walrus. There's obviously many more, but I thought that those three guys would be a good connection for people. I'm using an architectural drawing technique called isometric projection, and that's typically used to explain things very literally. Like typically a lot of high detailed construction drawings or building drawings, or even stuff down to IKEA furniture drawings, are using this technique because you can literally measure off it. It's very descriptive, but you can also sort of pull it apart and blow it up, basically project it into the upper and outer dimensions of the page. But typically what I like to do is use that very technical architectural drafting technique on some more ubiquitous subject matter than a building or a machinery or anything like that. So I'll project like a crown of broccoli or a grilled cheese sandwich or something like that, just sort of a tongue-in-cheek way of deconstructing and explaining kind of more mundane subject matter. But when I was given the theme this year, it's obviously a very serious theme, and it was a good way for me to use this serious technique on a serious theme. And so I thought it was a really interesting way to explain the animals. It's not just, people just see like an orca and they just think, oh, killer whale or whatever, but kind of projecting them and blowing them out and showing all their components, I'm hoping will be a reminder to people, like just how complex and beautiful these creatures are and how important they are, and just sort of demonstrate their complexity and have people not take advantage of that when thinking about climate change. So what I've shown as far as the animals and paired it with the projection technique is sort of have the bone structure at the center, obviously, and then exploding out in every direction from that is their muscular system, and then there's a very thick layer of blubber, and then their skin, which is the most recognizable part, obviously. People I assume would see it and just think that I'm just sort of pulling apart the animals and just kind of doing an interesting anatomical drawing, which is true in a sense, but the underlying meaning is that their endangerment and their connection with climate change, and the other thing being they'll see sort of a gradiated iceberg with simple blues for the facets of the iceberg, but when I'm done with the piece, the icebergs will actually be, when people get up closer, they'll be designed using plastic bags, and so the plastic bags are meant to represent the consumerism driven part of climate change, and so that's a subtlety that I hope people kind of see when they get up closer or upon multiple visits, and just kind of understand that that is a major facet to think about, is just overconsumption in the world, and that sort of being a leading cause of what is putting these animals at risk.